The iteration review is a cadence-based event in which each team inspects the increment at the end of every iteration to assess progress and then adjusts its backlog for the next iteration. During the iteration review, each Agile team measures and then demonstrates its progress by showing working stories to the product owner and other stakeholders for their feedback. Teams demo new stories, spikes, refactors, and non-functional requirements. In this short video, we'll walk you through how you can achieve this and share tips from enterprises around the globe. The preparation for the iteration review begins during iteration planning, where teams start thinking about how they will demo stories to which they have committed. Beginning with the end in mind facilitates iteration planning and alignment, fostering a more thorough understanding of the functionality needed before iteration execution. Ahead of the iteration review, the team should update the status of its iteration goals, agree on the presenter and order of the stories to be demonstrated, prepare any findings and results required to demonstrate stories, make sure the time and location of the iteration review is known, invite any other stakeholders who will want to see the team's progress, which may include members of other teams. Note that although Agile release-trained stakeholders may attend, their interest and level of detail are usually better served by the system demo. The iteration review is typically time-boxed to 1 to 2 hours max. The iteration review starts by going over the iteration goals and discussing status. It then proceeds with a walkthrough of all the committed stories. Each completed story is demoed in a working, tested system, preferably in a staging environment that closely resembles the production environment. Spikes are demonstrated via a presentation of findings. Note that many to most stories will have been achieved during the course of the iteration and may already have been demoed, in which case a quick update may be more appropriate. Stakeholders provide feedback on the stories that are demoed, which is the primary goal of the review process. After the demo, the team reflects on which stories were not completed, if any, and why the team was unable to finish them. This discussion usually reveals impediments or risks, false assumptions, changing priorities, estimating inaccuracies, or overcommitment. These findings may lead to further study in the iteration retrospective about how the next iterations can be better planned and executed. As Scrum Master, your job is to keep this process on track and ensure that the goals are met. Here are some tips to help you deliver a successful iteration review. Limit demo preparation by team members to 1 to 2 hours. Too much demo overhead slows down the team and jeopardizes the value of the demo. Minimize the use of slides. After all, the purpose of the iteration review is to get feedback on working software functionality, hardware components, and other concerns. Verify that completed stories meet the definition of done and have been accepted by the product owner. Demo incomplete stories too, if enough functionality is available to get feedback. Encourage providing constructive feedback and celebrating the accomplishments. If a significant stakeholder cannot attend, the product owner should follow up with that person to report progress and to get their feedback. Note that teams that are in flow with continuous delivery and continuous deployment will likely have reviewed and accepted many stories during the course of the iteration. In this case, the review is more like a status and feedback session than a detailed story-by-story review. To recap, remember, the iteration review serves 3 important functions. First, it brings closure to the iteration time box that many individuals have contributed to in order to provide new value to the business. Second, it gives teams an opportunity to show the contributions they have made to the business and to take some satisfaction and pride in their work and progress. And third, it allows stakeholders to see working stories and provide feedback to improve the product.